Hey adventurers, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Genta, and this is my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, we dealt with Haravius's companion quest, or part of it, and some other side quests and bounties. And we're now headed back to Cadnua. We're going to finish up the last couple of companion quests and bounties that we've got, and get organized to head into the White March next. So that's all for that. All the rest of our side, well, that one is on Burial Isle. The rest are all in the White March. Well, Grieving Mother. I think we just need to rest more with her in the party, so we can probably do that. Otherwise, Burial Isle, White March, bounties. Okay. We are actually pretty much cleansed of side quests then. All we need to do, I think, is we will go back home, turn in our bounties, rest a couple more times until Grieving Mother will talk to us again. And then, I'm not going to do it tonight, but I think then we'll be ready to start White March 2.
I'd say it's time to get a campfire going, and
as beautiful as it
let's
can
sleep.
be with the absence of children.
Okay, bit of a backhanded compliment probably, but... Right, let's run up to Warden, and then I think I just saw that we have a visitor as well. Yep, Berold. Okay, well we can help him out probably. Couldn't be a, like, Sally port over here to cut some time off the trip. Oh well. Hey, Warden. I've resolved your bounties.
Gods keep you.
Well, Mina's no longer a problem, here's her head. I have to wonder what gets into kith like her. I'm glad to hear the matter's done with. Here's your bounty. Copper, XP. Anything else? Galen Dalgard's slaving days are over, I've brought his head. That's a piece of news that ought to help quite a few souls sleep a little better. Hope it brings our client some peace. Here's the payment. Yep, got the bounty on Devwin. Ah, good, here's the bounty. Alright, it's getting short. The dialogue is getting shorter. Captain Muarumi's been dealt with. I'd wager a Valian sea captain singing your praises right about now. Well, here you are, as promised. Got any other bounties? You've taken down some dangerous foes. Impressive work. Kith know they can count on you. I've still got a few more for you, though, if you fancy getting your hands dirty again. Let's see. There's a pack of wizards with a price on their heads. Then there's another bounty offer from the Glonfathan tribes. Last one's gonna be rough. Ever tangled the Vithrock before? Tell me about the wizards. Now this one, looks like someone crossed the Dolmenals. High Arcanist Easley. She and her cabal of wizards are holed up in the tower on Heritage Hill. I don't actually like the Dolmenals very much, but, oh well. Tell me about the Glonfathans. The bounty's for Narok the Prophet, a Glonfathan exile. He was banished from his tribe for his, extreme views. Narok's a cipher, and it seems he's taken an interest in Long Within's site north of Gilded Vale, still on lease. Several tribes have pulled together the coin for his bounty. They say they don't want him tampering with some machine out there. Okay, I also do not want him tampering with some machine out there. We should probably stop that. How about the Vithrock? Well, one of their exarchs, this Circles, turned up in Pearlwood Bluff with some of his kin. And this offers on sign, but it seems someone doesn't want him sticking around. Alright. We will deal with those bounties after White March 2, I think, probably.
not as beautiful as the Angwithan ruins near my home, but your fortress is impressive in its own little way.
Okay, let's run back inside. Got a bunch of level ups to do. Oh, Palagina's finished this. Venturing into the depths of the White Wreath Well, Palagina discovered that while the foundations of the well were made of a living Andra, the source of the sounds were wicks that had been dropped into the well by their mothers. In total, a dozen women from White Reek and the surrounding woods dropped their children into the well after they learned they would turn into wheats. Some had died, but many survived the fall, living on small rodents and other critters that wandered the ruined Ongwithan tunnels into the well. Alagina was forced to fight the aggressive wicks, but eventually emerged and told the village what had transpired. Some of the mothers confessed what they'd done immediately, others fled the village. In the end, no one had the desire to punish anyone for what had happened. Got a swaddling sheep that can recall agony. Rough. How fun. Not dark at all. All the tasks are slowly updating. Turned in 4, picked up 3. Okay, level ups, Skiffaloth, more lore. And let's see, he should probably take, he can take this maybe, just in case. You know, I still feel it's really bad if we're getting hit at all, so let's grab this for him and maybe, Freezing Rake. Damage is damage, and I like damage. Grieving Mother. She is very weird, like, skill-wise. Oh boy. Reaping Knives. Blades of pure energy from both hands. She's so fragile, though. I don't really think she should be close. Oh, that's potentially quite nice. Okay. So I can just grab both. Alright, fair enough. Grab both then. Endurance, let's have more, lore maybe? I don't know. What you got in terms of good utility? No, this is actually that great. I don't want that. That'd be alright. But I should probably give him an arquebus, really. Adds weakening to interdiction. Okay, let's just add weakening to interdiction, why not?
Yes?
Alright, let's talk with this visitor.
I'd be glad to.
Hey, Beryl, what's up?
You've done it.
Oh, right.
I
Yes.
felt the change from here. It's as if there was a noise, a voice, underlying every sound in the keep, and I had simply ceased to notice. Silence now seems almost strange.
I hadn't talked to her since I dealt with the Adder Dragon.
You have done what the Earls, their descendants, and hosts of explorers could not. There is nobody left to challenge your claim. You are well and truly master of Cadnua. We have known that from the beginning, of course. But now, all the world will know and share my pride in your accomplishments.
Dang, 8 prestige and 8 security that I never would have gotten if I hadn't talked to the steward. State of the keep? I have to say, my lord, you've done an impressive job of restoring the keep's defenses. I don't think a mouse could sneak past the walls. Well, on to business. Yes, let's talk to... Oh, I just have to talk to him over here. Oh, right, and then... Yeah, okay. I've been tasked with meeting with representatives from the Fisher Crane tribe near Tain Bog. It's my hope to come to peaceful terms. Unfortunately, I haven't had much practice with the Glanfathan language, and the Fisher Crane are by nature very reclusive. I fear the circumstances are ripe for a misunderstanding. You yourself, I hear, have had some dealings with the Glanfathans. I would welcome any assistance or advice you may offer. Now I can see to it you have safe passage. Not that I have any doubt of your considerable resources, but how, my lord? Well, my name carries weight in Twin Elms. I'll see you given a writ of passage. That's very generous, my lord. Thank you. I'll put this to good use. No, free prestige. Okay. Let's rest. Well, actually, I feel like this is... I think might directly increases damage, so... I'm not sure if I have to be out in the, like, wild for this to happen, or if I can just rest multiple times while I'm sitting here. Okay, apparently I probably have to be out in the wild. Nope, I guess not. The morning is cold and silent. You're upon the plateau of the birthing bell, and there's no sound, no wind. The sky is a smooth mortared gray. The forest beneath the plateau, nothing more than a jagged black silhouette. Even the rock, the Adra around you, it feels colder. The sun's warmth bled from it. Against the cold backdrop of the sky, you see the great birthing bell hanging from its arch of Adra. Its surface is tarnished, and the shadows inside the bell are dark, still. It seems to press down upon you, simply, sadly, watching as if standing above a grave formed from the table of the plateau and the remains of the mother's womb that now covers its surface. And there's something heavy in your hands. It breathes, gurgling, slick and wet, yet that is all it is. You find yourself filled with fear. You don't want to look at what you're holding. You don't want to touch it with your mind, and it's all you can do not to cast it from you. The mass before you is vacant, flesh in the shape of a newborn. Bubbles of saliva bunch at the mouth, expelled by its steady, gurgling breath. Its arm, legs, head lolling, limp. No thought, no struggle, no desire to cry in protest or pain. There's nothing from within. There's an absence in your hands. Your hands tremble, shake, and the silence is broken as the chimes on your wrists echo with the trembling. And the chimes do not echo in the thoughts of the mass in your hands. There is no soul within to hear it. The only emotions blanketing the plateau are the pain of the mother. The child breathes, its heart beats, but it makes no cry. The child feels light, empty. There's no joy in it, no fear, no thoughts at all. Yet in the hollows inside it, it breathes. A thing of habit, not life. You cannot move. Your trembling has subsided, and the birthing chimes in your wrists are as still as the child. The mother's crying, eager to see, begging to see the child. You feel a sudden spike of fear, of being hunted. If you give the child to the mother, you'll be blamed, and her anguish and rage shall fall upon you. She will not spare you or anyone you love, of this you're certain. But you did not cause this. You don't think you caused it. And the mother begs, her arms outstretched. Chimes sound once more as you give the child to its mother, and as the chime fades, there's the eager gleam, the welling joy, the questioning, and you draw upon it, deeply, letting the hope stream into her eyes, letting her ears fill with the cries that you've heard countless times from other children on the bell. You hear the laughter in the mother's voice, in streams of tears that run down her face, and with a practiced motion you weave a life that will never be into her eyes and thoughts. She will care for the child as if it were whole until you set her free. She will care for it until you find a way to heal what's happened, until the reality cannot be dispelled anymore. And still, cradled beneath the weeping woman that birthed it, the child in her arms does not hear the cries of the mother, does not react. It's an empty thing that breathes and carries nothing within it. And the chimes on your wrists lie still, and bound to you like chains, never to sound inside a newborn's mind ever again. Oh, that's really dark. Wow. So she was faking, like, she was using her cipher abilities to make mothers think their children weren't hollowborn when they really were.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
Yeah, a few. Saw a hollowborn at the birthing bell. The grieving mother's head bows and she raises her hands, cradling them slowly, so the chimes do not sound as she moves them. You feel a chill in the air as if the vault of your mind is growing, too large for the thoughts within. Your breath is laced with a chill. To your horror, you hear her breathing, ragged, hacking, strangely steady. And you can see saliva bunching at the corners of her lips, becoming thick ropes of drool that cast themselves down her chin. There's the smell of blood in the air, new, wet, and the salt, sharp tang in your mind. Coupled with this, the smell of sodden undergarments clawing at your senses. So she's having like a complete breakdown. Take her shoulder, try and steady her. Stepping forward, your hand falls on her shoulder, and then you feel her beginning to fall, rigid as a falling stone, and you place your other hand on her shoulder to steady her. Throughout, there's the horrid, steady breathing. Clothes are wet, as if she's burning with fever beneath her tangled hair and beneath her threadbare robes, as if she's giving birth. With a slow, hissing intake of breath, her head rolls back on her shoulders, her eyes pressed tightly together like the lids of a newborn. Yet past the lids, you can feel the piercing stare, vacant, cold. Horribly, you sense nothing from her, not a thought, like the hollow-born you held in her memory. You know if you try and pull away now, she will vanish into herself and vanish from your thoughts, perhaps forever. And you have a terrible feeling that whatever connects the two of you will be cut. She's as helpless before he was a child, and you search your thoughts for a way to coax her to her. I don't know if you're so strong, you were meant for more than this. She jerks slightly before you, then her head tilts and the steady breathing breaks. She gives a racking cry. Oh, that was surprisingly easy.
Thought it was my doing. I thought that I had stilled it with my thoughts. The child. It was just a child. What was done with it?
You helped give birth to a hollowborn, and you made the mother think otherwise. Breathing is steady again, but there's a life in it where there was not one before, and her emotions are building in her. Apprehension, confusion, welling up. She seems afraid to do more than simply be aware the memory is there.
It was not the last hollowborn on the birthing bell, and never again did I hear a child's cry.
You've found a death within me, one that many women have borne within them. The words swirl with impulses and weight, spiraling around her, and you feel as if you're being dragged into it. I sought to serve women in need, and instead my hands ushered no new life. What happened next, I bear the responsibility for. What happened next?
The first birth was the deepest, the saddest. Nothing I could do could find the child's spirit, guide it to him.
I feel a strange absence between you, as if your thoughts are being shared across a great distance. The thought bleeds out for a moment, then returns, sharp, near, personal. I could not understand what had happened, what I might have done. I feared No, I could not dwell on that thought. The child was always there, always a reminder of what had happened, a marker. I made her care for it. I made them all care for it, until I could find out what had gone wrong. You made her care for it?
It was worse. I made her think it was whole, and then more births came to the bell, all as before, and many were the minds I had to change, a circle of...
Oh, I thought there was a pause for dramatic tension happening there, but I think the audio just cut out on it for no reason. A circle of empty children with parents' eyes burning bright. But it wasn't you doing it. It happened elsewhere.
Little word of the outside world reached us. It was enough time for rage and pain and grief to guide hands. I feared what would happen to the children, what would happen to me. Every mother knows her womb may shed a stillborn, but these cold, soulless creatures, the parents wouldn't have understood, and fear of the unknown breeds violence.
She blames herself, and she was afraid. What happened then?
I held their minds within mine. I shaped and guided them as long as I could. And with each passing day, each new birth, the strain grew. And the more I felt my control slipping, the more I focused my thoughts. Eventually, even I succumbed to the power of my own illusion. I'd woven the threads so tightly that I could no longer see through them.
She overloaded herself trying to make the whole village think that their kids were really alive. And then, one morning, I heard funeral bells tolling in the village. Sounds of wailing rose through the mists. The mother had died, her mind so focused on the care of her hollow-born child that she neglected even to feed herself. And with that, the illusion broke. Townsfolk saw their hollow-born the way they were, not the way I'd wished them to see. By the end of the day, they'd begun to look at me differently, too. Well, yeah, there's a shocker. I did not understand what had happened, but I knew enough to flee. And every suspicion that surfaced, every faded memory of what I'd done, I pressed it down, tucked it away. She feels cold, lonely, rigid. My skill failed me, but I did what was necessary. I regret the mother's death, but how much worse would it have been had I not acted? There were other ways. I mean, it was wrong to inflict your will on the townspeople.
They would have killed the children. I had no choice. The matter was too great to seek permission, so I made them believe their children lived whole and healthy, until there were too many children, and the protection crumbled.
You can't control another person's mind like that. I mean, there's just some things we can't, that are outside of our control. Grieving mother's mind is silent and still for several moments. She lets your words wash over her, seeping into the cracks in her own thoughts.
My actions only caused more misery. Worse, I took from an entire village, made them as empty and helpless as the children I sought to protect. But what then? Is it better to stand by in the face of tragedy? To let it wash over the world a hungry tide?
Sometimes, if you can't do anything to make it better.
I meant to soothe their pain, as I had done for so many mothers in the throes of labor. But my thoughts became a trap, a prison, for the village and for me. Your words have soothed my mind, in ways I did not expect. I thank you, Watcher, for the gift of your sight, for using it to guide me out of the prison of my mind. Let us hope it can also free you from the illusions Theos has woven around you.
Let us hope. Okay, so I think that's... Well, it's not the end of her quest, actually, is it? Let's see here. Oh, okay.
I'm here.
We gotta just, rest a couple more times, and then we'll officially complete her quest. Which I'm just gonna do now, because I'm not gonna bring her into the, White March, so... I don't know how long it'd be before we enter our party again. As you turn to the grieving mother, you find her already at your side. Question rises to the surface of her mind like a bubble from the depths, yet her eyes are cast down.
There is something I would ask of you, Watcher. A burden I would relieve. Yet, even the asking is a burden of another kind.
What is it?
The memories of the birthing bell, the hollow-born, the mothers. I live in horror now at the lives I could not save, and the lives I bound in ignorance. My days are waking dreams. It feels as though the souls I've wronged have fled the cycle to haunt me. Please, Watcher. I tried once to forget, and yet echoes still tormented my soul. But if you were to cleanse my soul of the memory, I could at last be free of it. Will you grant me this?
Surely, cleansing that much of your memory would greatly change you, no?
I will be the same, only free of the memory. My allegiance, my skill, these will still be dedicated to our cause, to your aid.
You know, I think in game terms that's true, but I question whether that wouldn't actually drastically change her personality. No. No. We can't have her forget. I mean, at this point, at least she's learned something from it, sort of. The memory is both a penance and a lesson. She stiffens as if struck. At last her shoulders slump and she looks back to you.
But these memories, the pain, anger, brokenness, how am I to continue when these thoughts fill my mind?
Don't remember. You're liable to repeat it.
This is a difficult truth, but truth nonetheless. I thank you for your aid, Watcher, even if it is difficult to bear.
Yeah. She made some mistakes. To say the least. Okay, are we done with her? I believe we are, yeah. What's it called? There it is. Yep, okay, that's dealt with. Aerial Isle. White March. We'll deal with these after White March too. Those are all in the White March, so yeah.
At once.
I think. Let's see, what was this that happened? Name error. Harold appears to be having little trouble traveling to Thainbach. Good.
Well met, friend.
Supplies, please. There we are. Great. Yes. Okay. Now let's just swap out the party a little. I will take,
Our paths shall part.
probably I need these two, but then let's take these three with us. Level them up. More athletics, let's see. That's pretty nice. That's potentially quite nice also. Sickens all nearby enemies. Attack speed. That could be quite nice. I feel like she dies a lot. That could be quite nice too. Alright, let's grab this first. Talent. What kind of offensive talents do you have? That could be nice. 3 per rest. Distant enemies, not that helpful. She's dual wielding, right? Or no, not dual wielding. Two-handed. Yeah. Let's commit to that. Okay, you. Not really clear on what survival does for him exactly, but we might as well just keep doing it. Okay, higher attack speed. Movement speed. Not sure how likely he is to crit or not. That could be nice. Ooh, honestly, that's nice. Okay, let's grab that. He needs that. Alright, grab more survival, why not? let's avoid that. That could be nice. Devil, let's get you more mechanics. No such thing as too many mechanics. Bobbles and deals extra. Okay, let's grab that, yeah. I don't feel like athletics is actually going to benefit you, but let's grab some survival. Ability's okay. Let's see your dual wieldings. Let's grab that. Okay.
I'm here.
Is there anything? I mean, I don't feel like these guys are that far behind. Actually, they are, equipment-wise, pretty under-equipped. They have good weapon. This is a fully soulbound S-Dock. Let's see, what do we have in terms of... This is only minus 25%, and it's a healing received bonus and move speed. It's only fine, though. We can definitely do better than that. Don't care about intellect or thing. That's also only fine. I mean, if nothing else, honestly, I could discard those just for the extra DR of some, like, exceptional light armor, really. A lot of our unique armors are very heavy, so we might just roll with the exceptional hide for now. Okay, and then, I mean, do we have anything decent? Like, not spectacular, but decent we could put in the hand slots, perhaps? Gauntlets. I'm not gonna really, like, go too all out in equipping these guys, because I'm really only gonna use them for this, but, should probably put that signet on, huh? Let's just grab a few things for him. His armor is literally trash. Anything would actually be better. Kind of astonishing, I never re-equipped him at all. I don't have any exceptional robes, really. Oh, yep, there's one. Literally more than doubles his damage reduction. He doesn't really flank, but this gives... Oh, wow. This is really nice. It's probably only ever going to be used by somebody like him. Although... Is there anybody in the regular party who could use this? Because this is really, really good light armor. Honestly, the exceptional stuff he's got on is pretty good. Let's give him these and this. A couple of little buffs, you know. Devil can't equip different armor. But she could have... Oh, that's pretty decent. Can't. Oh, that's a ring. Okay. Maybe we'll equip them more heavily. If we struggle. Who would possibly use... I mean, I guess nobody would use the, Grieving Mother could maybe use that armor, actually.
Yes?
Alright, well. That is us sorted for now.
I'd be glad to.
Next time, we will head back into the White March to work on White March 2. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have a nice evening.
I'm impressed.
Yes, Aloth's impressed. This is Sea Lord Jenda signing off.